And we are live. Apollo, this best of 7 has certainly not disappointed. We've seen just a little bit of everything out of these guys, from very standard to early aggression, from early aggression transitioned into a longer game, and now it all comes down to the final game. Will any of these players get aggressive? Will they be playing on their toes and put their best defensive foot forward? I don't know. We're about to find out, though, as we get started on Cloud Kingdom. In the bottom left position, southwest position, as the red Zerg from Startail, it is Curious. And in the northeast position as the blue Zerg, it is Life.
And Curious is going back to how he opened up this series, DJ, how he won his first game here. It didn't work out as well as he wanted it to, as Life's mistakes granted Curious the victory, but he's going to try it again with better succession, I hope. But we'll have to find out how this is going to go down and what Life is going to do. So far, as we talked about, Life opened up very reactionary, and then he started being aggressive. So what is he going to, end up this series with?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like to see Curious sticking to his guns a little bit, Apollo. I won't lie. I think it's really awesome to see. He had success in this map in game number 1, and keep in mind it was also due to success because Life, frankly, did not build that baneliness and had no way to really, have a defensive game to throw at it. And we do see 15 drone moving down here, and it is going to be going for a hatch first, so that is going to be one small advantage for Curious as he starts off with this 9 pool.
Yeah, completely different to how the first map of this series went down. Of course, Life previously had the spawning pool down. He had Lings out as the Lings arrived. This time, he's gone up to 15 so far. It looks like he's going to go 15 spawning pool. So not overly greedy here, but he's definitely going to have to hold on and try to protect this hatchery. It may be forced to cancel, which could be a very sad day. But remember, though, it is currently 14 drones versus 11.
Did he like accidentally stop an Overlord or something?
Yeah, he didn't send it out initially, so it's a little bit slower.
Wow.
So we won't see it, but it doesn't make too much of an impact.
No, I mean, he's going to see it later. It could have given Curious the opportunity to maybe take it.
He doesn't have an Overlord, though, to actually build units. He used that last lava to build a drone here, so the Overlord was very, very late. He was actually being relatively greedy. And I was going to say that Overlord not being sent out initially won't really change anything, but it did because he went for 18 drone instead of 18 Overlord. He's
bringing a lot of drones down right here. He knows he's got to keep this alive or do something. He has literally nothing mining at this point. He's going to drone drill right through a lot of these units, and we are going to see 1, 2 go down. The Lings are taking some pretty heavy losses, but I think he is going to be able to hold off on there. How many drones are actually killed so far? Only 1 drone, so a great defense there, but he did lose some pretty critical mining time. We've got some Lings coming out now. This last Zergling trying to pick off any of these drones that are very, very low on health. He does manage to get 2 more there, and he's really just trying to make this work for him. Meanwhile, he's thrown down his hatchery, but give us the grade, Apollo. How do you think that worked out?
That was a pretty clutch defense. Again, both of these guys very good at defending against that. A lot of mining time was lost, but to be honest, that's okay because a Queen is being built now. An Extractor's coming down for Live, and it's not like Curious can continue to drone at this stage of the game. He has to build Lings now to defend against the 6 that are coming across, and to be honest, I really did like that defense by Life.
Yeah, it was very good. I mean, despite the fact that he pulled every single drone, he could do that because his natural was nearing completion. But now with 4 Lings and a Queen, he's got to defend his hatchery. But it's going to take for a while for these Zerglings to actually get it down. So he should be okay here. In fact, he releases 4 Lings to just send them out. The last 2 are going to go in and go for a scout, and they may get stopped here by these Lings. But more units coming out. Let's take a quick look at the income. 4 Curious, 17 drones. His opponent, 23 drones. And his main looks a bit like his natural. Well, his natural looks a bit like what his main should look like, but more importantly, he is in an economic lead right now.
So smart by Life to send 4 Lings around the right-hand side, knowing that his opponent would try to be aggressive with the Lings he just built defensively, and Life's going to get in there, see the gas is really late, could do some drone kills, but right now, that's a really nice maneuver there by Life to get that scout off, but can he defend his front by sacrificing those Lings to move out to scout?
Yeah, I think he's got it already. I mean, the drone's going to come out to play a little bit with these 2 Queens. Like, really, what can he do? His losses that he suffered have been so minimal right here, really working off of a minimal unit count as well. So, I mean, the units, what do we have out right now? What does the Army tab show? Army supplies 7 and 6, respectively. So, Curious has a little bit bigger army, but with, of course, the Queens out, he's able to defend that quite nicely.
And with the defense that Life set up there initially, he's able to get the Baneling Nest down, the speed out as well. That's a massive advantage that Life has right now. He may ride it through with a second gas going down. He may use that second gas not to tech up, but to actually build more Banelings and just go for a massive attack here. But it really depends if he wants to commit his entire tournament of Life. Remember, the prize money doubles at this stage. I think the prize money for 5th and 8th is like $750 or something, and then it doubles up to $1,500. So the double money is on the line. Going to the semifinal is on the line here. A Spine Crawler going down, but a 3rd hatchery instead of Lings by Life. And he's saying, hey, come get me. I know you don't have speed for a long time. How are you going to stop this?
That's a great decision as well, because there's literally nothing he can do. And Curious does see it with that Overlord, but all he can really do is just stare at it, because now Life has speed and Life is going to have ultimate map control here. And in fact, I think Life could actually put some aggression on, but the Lings are going to come out for Curious. So there, a Baneling hit will actually deplete a lot of those units. But with speed here, he gets caught by a huge swell of Zerglings, and he is most certainly going to take an advantage here. Only 3 Zerglings left. We do have 16 on the way, but they are still building up. He might be able to do a little bit of damage, maybe get a Queen here. No, not going to happen. He's going to have to retreat out of there.
And I think Curious is going to be the one to use that second gas for mass Banelings here. He's more for 2 defensively, and he is building more Lings, but is he going to go across the map? He sees the 3rd base, so he knows he has to do something. He is going to take a 3rd base of his own, but is he really going to play this from behind? I can't see him doing that. The Roach Warren is coming down for Life with a +1 missile attacks here, so he's looking to fortify this 3rd base with Roaches to really prevent any Ling Baneling attacks.
Well, no Banelings come out quite yet for Curious. There he's going to morph in 2, send some Lings around to the 3rd. If he can keep his opponent guessing here a little bit. Oh, all the Banelings coming out. He splits his Lings quite well. He's now going to send them after to try to get some kills early on. 2 more Banelings coming in as well. And what will he decide to do with those? He's got to back off. I think Curious has a good opportunity right here. He does get rid of a few more Banelings. 1 left. He loses quite a few Lings right there. If he could get down these Banelings, there's not going to be much for Life to defend with.
Very, very close there as 20 more Lings come out. If he'd lost that hatch, things could have just been equalized up once again, and he's morphing 2 billion. He's going to attempt it again. He's even building 20 Lings of his own. DJ Weak Curious is going to try and go for this hatchery again. If only Roaches can come out now. They're on the way. The Ling attack goes to the natural instead. And great micro so far. A good defense by Life. The Roaches are so close to coming out. They're so close to having +1. And if they come out, this Ling Baneling attack will easily be squished.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy because he's put so much focus on this 3rd hatchery, but I feel like the hatchery of Life at the natural is so exposed, and even a couple of Banelings just kind of moving in there and getting hit off, and we are going to have some little skirmishes here on the west side of the map as another huge amount of Zerglings come out, but by the time they hit, those Roaches are going to be on the field, and it is going to be a bad sight for Curious.
And they do not have speed yet, so they're still pretty mobile, and Curious is going to go around abusing that, knowing that the unit should be on the 3rd base to defend, which they are, and he goes right into the main base. Roaches need to turn around and do damage, and it looks like these Roaches will fight these Lings, and they will win against these Lings, so the Curious has to do as much damage against the drones as possible.
Yeah, he's just trying to get on hold position there, but at this point, Life has too much inside the main base, and, you know, again, his focus should have been at that natural just a little bit. It's unfortunate timing that all those Roaches came out just at the perfect time, and Life is now set up to potentially, I mean, he's 40 supply ahead. There's a Spire coming out for Curious, but there's nothing in terms of ground army here that's going to be able to combat these Roaches. I feel like we're watching the exact same game that we saw where this, you know, the roles are just reversed, and these Mutas are going to come out, and they're going to be able to do absolutely nothing.
And Curious is just trying to defend the Spire. 10 Mutalists on the way. It's so close to coming out. Spine Crawlers are trying to hold on to protect his mineral lines before they come. Banelings have to detonate against Roaches. He has to defend. But there's too many Roaches here. And even if the Mutalists do pop out with a 3rd base down for Life, he can start to put anti-air in. All the Mutalists that are going to pop be enough to clear up these Roaches.
No, I just cannot believe that they are going to be. We did see a great split come out there on the Roaches for Life as well. He's now just going to start targeting down those drones, realizing that the Mutas eventually will eat away at the life of these Roaches. and more Lings are coming out to try to defend against this. He's also sending some fire into the hatchery as well. He decides to take all of his roaches and take it right into the main, killing more drones along the way. All the Zerglings going down, now focusing down the Baneliness, going back to drones, and he is just going to do so much damage in this exchange, and there are a lot of mutas out. Will he be able to hold on? Because he's basically got just this, 21 drones to 43 drones, more roaches coming in, and I don't know what he does here. The natural hatchery falls.
He loses the natural hatchery, he loses his third base too. 6 Hydras on the way, Queen, Spore Crawler's down too. So even if a counterattack was launched, the defense is there, and Life may have secured his semi-final, his next stage of this tournament, guaranteeing double up in money as well, as 6 Hydras are being built, and the Mutas are trying to do what they can now. There are 13 Mutalisks. There are 6 Hydras out, 5 more on the way with Queens, with a Spore on the natural. As soon as he sees the Hydras with +1 as well, I think the Curious may have to just leave.
Yeah, I think so as well. He's going to go ahead and target the Hydras right away. It is a good decision. He gets away from that Spore Crawler. Now focusing down a Queen as well. There are 3 more Hydras up top. Great transfuse on Hydra number 2. It falls, but you can see his muta count has been suffering dramatically. Another one is going to fall, and even as these Hydras come out, there it is, GG, and ST Life takes